In November, Families Canada launched their Science to Practice project. What's that all about? We've got all the details right now. The CEO of Families Canada, Kelly Stone, joins us. Hello, Kelly.
Hi.
Brief history on Families Canada.
Well, we are 43 years old. We rebranded this summer into something that is easy to say, like Families Canada. But we're a membership organization, we're an association, and our members are in approximately 2,300 communities, and we serve 500,000 families a year, many through our members, many of them living in pretty challenging circumstances.
Okay. Your website does say, we are here for Canadian families. That's what it's all about. Okay, so let's talk about the Science to Practice project, as mentioned. So you launched that in November. So what is this all about?
Well, with the first off, I must say, with the kind support of Employment and Social Development Canada and the Minister, they have helped us, along with a bunch of family foundations, to really try to get our kids back playing again. Now, it seems, frankly, a little bit counterintuitive that we can't have our kids out playing, but you know, I'm sure if you're a parent, I am, although I have grandkids now, that our kids are so scheduled, and with homework and with parents with big jobs and both parents out, it's really hard to spend time with kids to allow them to just go out and play. Go build a snowman, build puzzles, play with loose parts out in the community. And worse, if it's risky play, then we're all afraid. And the science is out there, and it says that we need to let our kids get out there and play because it's good for their brains, it's good for development. But the trick is to get that science down to the parents.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to build your socialization skills. It's good for everything, right? Exercise, obviously.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really good in terms of socialization because you think kids have to negotiate, they have to cooperate, they have to learn how to solve an argument. The brain is really active. It's pre-literacy, it's pre-numeracy, and it's also good for your muscles, and it's just plain fun.
Okay, so when does playing stop? Because, I mean, kindergarten, you know, it's usually, that's what kindergarten's all about, playing. But does it stop then? And is that when parents need to step in and make sure the playing keeps going?
Do you remember there was an old adage that used to say, all I know about life, I learned in kindergarten. And in a funny kind of way, that's actually true, because kindergarten and those early years are the basis for much of what we learn or are able to learn as adults. But the trick is not to stop. And as adults, we start to become self-conscious, and we have to get back playing both with our kids and with ourselves as well. You know, we have to be out there and doing things that are not just structured, like sports. Sports are wonderful, but you have to do stuff to keep your brain going that's not just entirely structured. And we want our kids to go out and not be directed. Let the child lead and let them go out into the playground and not just pick the slide, but go play in the sand, roll in the mud, get dirty, count acorns, build little rock pyramids, do whatever they darn well please, because that is what helps build the brain.
Okay, so then should, and time is running out here, but should parents leave kids alone when they're playing? Should they just let them do their things, maybe watch from a distance?
It's a bit of both. When they're very small, it's all about attachment and working with your baby. When they're a bit bigger, it's a bit of both. You want your child to lead, but you want to be there with your child if you can. Okay. And the Center of Excellence for Early Child Development, which is our partner, tells us that science says, let our kids play. Sounds crazy, right? Let our kids play. So we, through this project, want to be sure that parents have some really simple tools to get back out there playing with their kids.
Okay, so how do people be a bigger part of this new project that you've launched?
Well, if they're working with one of our members, the service providers or those who work with families will have brochures like this that they can give to parents for different age groups. They're lovely. There will be things like play cards with ideas for going out into the playground with your kids. Service providers will have podcasts and e-learning. There'll be all kinds of resources, different languages, separate sets for children who have a mental disability, an intellectual disability, Indigenous children, and of course, newcomers to Canada.
Okay, and I'm sure the brochure, the resources, everything you're talking about, including this brand new project, familiescanada.ca.
That's us. Thanks,
to go to. Thank you very much for everything you're doing for our kids. They need to get out and play. Adults,
too.
They do.
They do, with the adults.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks.